What's up, Rockstars? Today I have the joy of showing you an unboxing of Warhammer 40k Indomitus. This is the kind of starter box that everybody else has unboxed. However, I just got it and I am new to the game, so hopefully that brings a kind of unique perspective to this. And if nothing else, I'm fairly thorough, so I'm excited to dig into this. Let's get to it. Now, as I take this clear wrap off, I'd like to thank my... Ooh, did you hear that? already ruining things. I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members. It is through their financial support that I'm able to bring you this independent game coverage, whether it's Warhammer, whether it's 3D printing, whether it's Kickstarter. All of that is thanks to them because I do not take any money from any game company, so that when I critique them, you're hearing my honest opinions and not my wallet's opinions. So thank you for that. If you do want to join them, there is a link down below. I offer some neat rewards as well. But with that, I think we are finally ready to open this up. Yes, that actually went pretty darn well. Let's go ahead and look at the back. So I'm probably going to mess things up some more, but I'm kind of curious. Oof, that's a good sign. All right. On the back, let's take a look at this. Now, like I said, I have not had an army ever. I am just getting into it. I unboxed some Grey Knights, and it's just like one Terminator squad, and that's it. So now I definitely have more. I'm going in deep, but I'm excited to see where this journey leads me. There's a lot here, actually, on the back. I'm actually kind of surprised. They have kind of a layout that looks super cool. However, it actually doesn't make the Necrons pop out too much, because they chose this kind of rock gray, and then they have this kind of silver gray, a little gold, just kind of look to them. But I think these are Ultramarines, pop out pretty well. But the Necrons... no pop out as much as maybe I would like. However, they do look really cool, and there's definitely some cool ones here. It looks like they have some, pop outs here. So this comes with Space Marines, comes with Necrons, comes with everything you needed to play. I don't know if that includes dice. I believe I need dice to play. And I'm not sure that's what it's... So when it says everything, I don't know what everything is. Again, I am very new. I don't have a tape measure. I don't have anything that I might need. So let's see how starter box this really is. It's got a little bit of what 40k is over here. I'm not going to bother reading that. Even if you haven't played this, you should be aware of it a little bit, or you've played video games, or who knows what. That means it says something like the Edge of Silence. Oh, I think it comes with the Edge of Silence here. Okay, so I'm not going to read this right now, but I probably will eventually. So it comes with a 368-page Warhammer 40k core book, which is the rule book. Let me make sure that's in focus for you guys. There you go. A 24-page booklet, The Edge of Silence. I don't know. I'm assuming that's just a story, perhaps. 20-page assembly guide and a Space Marine transfer sheet. So that's probably for like these symbols and stuff here is my assumption. 61 miniatures, including Space Marines and Necrons. I'm going to list them all there. And then a whole bunch of other junk on the bottom that nobody cares about. All right, let's go ahead and dig into this. Also think it's very important to note that not only did my patrons help bring this to me, but my wonderful wife actually went and picked this up and fought tooth and nail with a whole bunch of other nerds to get this for me. So I definitely appreciate that. Don't want to disassociate what she did. All right. So right off the bat, this is getting props for having a nice black finish on the cardboard. It doesn't cost a lot, but it is extra and it does look nice. So I appreciate that. Especially in a retail box setting, I think that's very good. The cardboard itself is very retail. It's very thin and not necessarily very sturdy at all. However, the glue job here, if we look at the little bit of a glue job here, it's also like not as you can see, not the best here where it meets, right? And the same actually over here, if I can bring this to your attention here. So as you can see, oh no, there. Now as you can see, it just flips up there. Nothing terrible, but certainly not ideal. There's even actually some glue left on the side here that I can just go ahead and maybe not break off. Broke off a little piece there. There you go. So, pros and cons. Nothing major there. Sometimes I've noticed when I lift things up over and over again that these start to fray, and so I like them glued down as much as possible. But at the end of the day, I probably won't be using this box a whole bunch. Now, I will say, again, with the presentation, they did a really good job here. This isn't folded somewhere. It's not something stupid like that. Instead, it is laid down. However, it's laid down directly on the sprues, which, as you saw, were kind of moving around. And so what you do end up getting is, do you see in that glint right here? Make sure, yeah, there you go. You can see that. See, right here and right here, I'm noticing, and actually here, there's probably a few more. There's these little dimples where it's kind of imperfected. Kind of a bummer. It would have been nice if there was some kind of just, even if it was just another one of these, perhaps it would have been nicer, just to not lay directly on there. Let's see what the flip side is. It looks like the same thing, but with a barcode. In case you want to sell that separate, you can. And actually here you can see actually some more. It is nice that the barcode side was down here, because as you can see, there are a lot more just kind of imperfections, kind of, you know, just throughout it, really. But this side actually fairly good in general. You know, there's another one here I see, and some more here. And either way, it's a nice touch. It's kind of cool, and it's actually fairly thick, fairly flexible. Kind of a nice material. You can kind of hear it. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. And then a ton of sprues. So I was just building this guy. I bought this for my wife, this wonderful guy. And actually, I was magnetizing him. So he's a little bit magnetized, which is kind of nice. I'm working on this one now. But I have been in kind of sprue hell here for a little bit. And this is just more of it. But I am liking what I'm seeing. I'm going to look at these fairly closely at the end. What I want to do first is look at what's underneath here. Now, I believe, I could have sworn these are like push fit now, right? Now, I've never experienced a push fit. I also don't know if these are the Primaris Marines. I don't know what the difference is there. I hear word of them. They're not very customizable or some junk. This is a great looking base. Okay, I need to stop looking at this stuff and just move it. That's what I need to do. I'll look at all these in a moment. But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. There's another one. This is just separators is what this is. Because obviously this is even more damage. That's kind of funny. I wonder if the flip side of this is good. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. Push fit's gonna be kind of interesting. I conceptually like kit bashing, but push fit sounds kind of neat too. I'll probably still use glue either way. Definitely some damage on this. And if we flip it over, we have actually far worse damage because all the weight has been on it this whole time. And then another barcode there. So definitely the top one's the best. Looking at this art though, it actually is really darn cool. It's interesting that he chose blue and kind of a cool wash over it all, because mostly I think what you see are oranges and reds, maybe even greens when it comes to Warhammer. I'm not used to seeing really blue saturation like that. This little guy is cool. I like this guy. The ships I guess are kind of nice. There's definitely some junk going on down here. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on in this, but I like it. It looks like they're suiting up, perhaps, and getting ready to go is what I'm seeing here. And some really cool kind of art there as well. I'll have to check at some point to see how well that art matches what you get. All right, and now we have spacers. These you see in a lot of board games, Fantasy Flight games, and stuff like that. It's just there to keep everything together and not necessarily there for organization or anything else. Though that being said, if you saw, even with me flipping it over, this had just barely moved and that's it. So that's kind of nice. Next we have the Edge of Silence. Let's go ahead and open this up. This is an easy open. I do appreciate these. That sounds great. But no, I really appreciate easy open stuff like that. So I don't have to try and cut it, end up making a mistake, end up filming it, people laugh at me. No, it's just nicer. That being said, this is a tight fit. Let's see if I can't. When it's almost an exact fit like that, sometimes the corner gets on there. And again, a barcode. I wonder if people are able to just piecemeal this stuff out. Now it says here Indomitus rules pack, so it looks like you could almost sell this separately. I imagine at least they have the capability of it with the UPC on literally everything inside of here. kind of interesting, I guess, if you want to do that. Okay, so that's part of the build guide. Okay, so this is Edge of Silence. I'm going to move this box a little out of my way. Let's take a look. First of all, the feel is great. Like, it's very smooth. I like that. It's very matte, as you can see. It doesn't really reflect all these lights going off of it a whole lot. And great color. And definitely like how this is kind of situated with two kind of, I think, very cool looking guys. And a different style art, I've noticed, than like this or really anything. It's much more brush stroke, as you can see, which is kind of neat. It's cool that they have multiple ones. And then it looks at that exact this is not the exact same setup, but pretty darn close. Okay, let's see, what is this? Warzone Pariah. Pariah Nexus. It looks like this is just lore, which is great for somebody like me who doesn't really know too much. It looks like it's going to tell me a little bit about the Necrons, which is awesome. A little bit about the Space Marines and perhaps the setting we're in. Okay, now this I know I need as well. This is the, you'd find this normally in like a codex or something, right? This is battle sheets, I think they may be called. So I can see kind of the stats of everything and what they were able to have and not have, which is very nice. I'm glad to see that. And it looks like it probably has both. Correct, both. So that I can play this legally if I wanted to, or I don't even know if these, I'm assuming they're legal. I don't even know what that necessarily means. I don't think I'm going to get arrested for anything. But no, that's nice to have that. I'm not going to look too much more into that. I'll definitely read that, though. Next, we have the 20-page rulebook, or not rulebook, the build guide. And, you know, I've been impressed with this. So back when I was a teenager, I had a couple orcs. Literally, it wasn't much, like, at all. They were metal. And I remember, I don't remember if they were instructions. If so, I wasn't super impressed by them. This is kind of interesting, all the different bases here. I'm assuming all of these are updated. I think I heard at one point that they increased the size of the base. So I think melee people were upset about that because you have to be like base to base or some junk like that. I don't know. So you can like crowd as many people around. This is definitely push fit. I can tell just by, you know, how it shows, but also the fact that the torso and the legs are connected like that, which is a lot different. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this kind of new style here. I've read kind of warmongering about that because you don't get as much control, which I think is true. But on the other side, I'm a real big fan of digital sculptors making very cool poses. And I think as long as we keep basing, you know, like if we keep providing bases and we keep controlling both sides of it, you can get some really cool poses fairly nicely. Though if we are limited to that flat base. So I'm kind of wishy-washy on that. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided yet. And of course I'm getting into this so late that perhaps it doesn't necessarily matter. Anyway, this looks good. I like it. Everything looks good as far as I can see. I like the color usage here on the blue to show what it is you're messing with. So you do that, and that's right here. And then this part is, I guess, just added from the last part. Either way, it kind of shows you what you're messing with from what I can tell. And then here's the Necrons. I am hoping to do a Necron force myself. I find Space Marines a little boring. Not lore-wise. I think they're super cool, and I love the idea of them. And actually, when it comes to, like, this guy looks freaking sweet, and this guy, maybe I've just seen them too much. I don't know, but something about, like, Egyptian zombie robot things sound pretty cool to me. Okay, so that looked good. I like it. And actually, this is a lot, like, normally when you buy a pack, like I did with, you know, this guy over here, you just get nothing this nice. So this is nice. Okay, we're back in the box, and we got, come on, okay, all right, here we go, the transfer sheet, a lot of transfers. Okay, this is cool, so when I saw them, I didn't know if they had to be a certain thing or not. It looks like they don't have to be Ultramarines, that they could also be Space Wolves, or Blood Angels, or Dark Angels, or, I know there's a lot more than that, but it looks like that's all we got there. And the sergeants, oh, this is kind of cool. So they have different rankings and stuff, and squad marks, more squad marks, Deathwing so I don't even know what this is. Battlefield role, campaign badges, crusade. I don't know what a lot of this is. Well, some of these get really tiny too. In fact, I don't even know how to apply these either. So I'm going to have to look up how to apply this. I don't think, did this tell me how to apply these? Again, as a new player, I feel like I saw a video once where somebody used water. I don't know if I cut it out. Is there a separate thing? It's like a sticker. Maybe it's a sticker. I don't know. So I see this here, but I don't see instructions on how to apply it. So that will be another Google, YouTube search for me to figure out how to apply these, because they didn't come with instructions on how to do it. And then we have the, oh my gosh, the rule book here. And look at that, they even have the art down there too. Oh, wait. What's in here? What's in here? Bases. Oh, jeez. Okay, it's already open. Bursting open with bases. And what the heck? Okay. Be sure to open this up. So it looks like I got a few more that spilled out. And what looks like, what I hope is a piece of sprue and not a push fit thing that I need. But I'll keep it just in case. Who knows? I'll keep that over here and probably lose it later. And a mess of bases because that box broke. Okay, let's go ahead and put that. Just set it right there. Okay. All right. Bases look pretty darn standard. I don't recall ever really seeing them with this like big hole in the middle. They definitely, so I always thought this texture here was so that there was some kind of texture on the miniature itself. However, with this nice little pour spout that they got going on here, it's very unsightly to where I think you really do need to cover it in some texture paint or something like that. Oh wow, these are actually like 2020. No, I mean, it looks nice. Even the big ones look pretty sturdy, so I like that. Definitely some smaller ones, so they're not all just on big ones. These are, what is this, like a 25? Something like that? Does it say? Does it say? 2019. Give me the new stuff, Games Workshop. I don't know, it doesn't say. Anyway, it did in the book. Got some bases too. Okay, all right. Now, the rulebook. So this is kind of interesting. My understanding is I could find this for free in a PDF. And if that's the case, I'll definitely do that just so I have it with me. Because I don't want to lug this thing around or, necessarily have it at the table. However, I think for a learning tool, I hate like e-documents just because so much of at least how I learn is spatial. Where if I'm looking something up, I'll be like, oh, I remember it was about halfway or like a third of the way through on the left-hand side on the bottom. And so I'll be looking there, leafing through there. And if it's an E file, you're just scrolling, you don't really get that sense. Looks like there is kind of a save marker spot, which is nice. I can see right now, zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm looking at here. And then I'll zoom back out. Whatever they use to put this on, as you can see, I think it's coming up right here. Do you see that? Like, I don't know exactly what's going on there, but something isn't quite kosher. It looks like it almost looks like I can push it down, or I don't know. That's kind of a bummer. Just because it's on the front, I would almost, like, if it was on the back, I may not care as much, but instead the back looks great. You can hear it. And hopefully, I don't know if you can hear that. But it is a very weird wrapping they did on it, is really what it is. Interesting. The color is great. Let me go and zoom back out so you can see the whole thing. There you go. I love, again, the red and blue and then the dark and light coming in. And then you even have the oranges and some greens in there. Looks great. I like, it shows space, it shows land, it shows some very special people, I'm assuming. It looks cool. I like that a lot. This is super awesome. Love the faces. I don't know what that signifies or if that's good or bad, but I'm assuming bad. This is the Emperor, I believe. That's what that's supposed to be. The immortal, like, undead Emperor dude that's on life support or whatever. And again, it's got all this lore in here. And really, that's the other thing is, Like, just, I'm hoping the PDF also has just a rules version and not necessarily lore, because my understanding is, see, the rules start on page 192. First of all, that's incredible how much is in this. Really impressed with that. But there's a lot of just other stuff, right, in here. Warhammer 40K, the hobby. I love that they call it a hobby. I think that's really neat. Not that I need another hobby, but here I am anyway. This thing's cool. I like that. I saw this thing in a Battle Force thing. I thought that was cool too for the, it looks like, yeah, these Chaos get like these freaking like robot dinosaurs. When did that happen? What's that? This dude's huge. So there's definitely some stuff there. Collecting. Definitely a lot of that. Ah, he's cool. Build and paint. Yes, doing all of that. I have some drop tops for these paints. I've been really enjoying. The community is awesome. Hopefully. War gear. Again, as a starter box, that did not come with this or any of this. It just came with these. This, and this. So I'm going to have to find my own dice and my own ruler. Which is kind of interesting, I suppose. Okay, we got some really cool different terrain. I got some Rampart terrain you can check the unboxing of. This is, oh, is this a fold-on thing? What's going on? It is. Okay, wow. Definitely more advanced than I thought. This is like really cool stuff. You can kind of see some of the art on either side here. Looks like it's giving me kind of a map and everything. I mean, there's just so much lore and stuff. I'm really impressed with all of that. But I'm really impressed that this had fold-out stuff like that. I wasn't expecting that level of stuff. Great color usage on everything. Interesting layouts. You have the text is up here, and then it swaps, and now it's down here. This is, you know, kind of on the side here. This is really nice. There's a lot here that just looks like great. Notice it flows really well, like the page turns and all that. There's a nice kind of a slight texture to it that's very kind of interesting, but it looks like it seems only on one side. So the top side is smooth, and then the back side, I don't know if you can hear that, but the back side is definitely textured, and the front side is a little smooth. Kind of interesting how that is, but it does really help. You can probably hear me turning it. Really help kind of just leaf through it like really nicely. Oh wow, some full art. So we got definitely some larger art pieces here. And again, the art style is changing. So this is again that kind of brush stroke stuff that looks really cool. The pinks and purples in here are nice. I like that. It gives you some nice scale on some things too, which is great. This is all awesome. Yeah, see, I told you there was more. I knew there was more. It's use the same one. So it's kind of interesting to me. Like, I don't know how it can make those, like Space Wolves, they have like the wolf stuff on them. I guess they have normal units that look the same anyway, I guess. Oh, look at that right there on Grey Knights. Would you look at that? Happen chance. That's where it would go. Cool. I like the idea of the Grey Knights, and I love Knights, and so I think their helmets look cool and stuff like that. But I think Necrons are probably actually going to end up coming first, just because they're making a lot of stuff for it. This is all great. This looks like older art, which I would love if it is. I know they've been around for forever. I'm going to leaf through a little bit more. I'm not going to leaf through the whole thing. That is freaking sweet as well. Yay, orcs. They're funny. Gosh, still more. Let's get to 192. Okay. The rules. How to play Warhammer 40K, open play, match play, narrative play. Narrative play interests me a lot because I didn't even know that was a thing until recently, and I think that sounds really cool. Because I'm definitely a casual player when it comes to this kind of stuff. Measuring distances, roll-offs, dice, all the kind of basic data sheets. That's what that's called, data sheets. Command phase, movement phase. Ugh, that's weird. Transports, aircraft, a lot of stuff. Charge phase, fight phase, and then 256. Do we get missions? Are there missions in here? Building an armor, power rating, and points. I'm assuming not just told me about missions. It looks like this is different people's armies. Maybe I can get an idea of stuff like that. detachments. I don't know what all this stuff is. I'm not sure what this is. The army roster thing like this. If there's something I need to fill out, it'd be kind of nice to have some sheets, but maybe they don't have that. Actions. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Example battlefields. Because how to play different stuff and set things up. Open play. Wow, okay, ton of stuff. Eternal War mission pack. They have missions, secondary objectives. Okay, yeah, look at this. So it looks like there's even some missions in here to play. If you select this objective, while we stand, we fight. Then before the battle. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, look at this. This looks deployment zones, and then center of the battlefield, and some symbols and stuff, which I'm assuming they tell me how that all works. I don't know what this 461 junk is. See, they're showing this page again, but I've yet to see these pages. Maybe you can download them. I bet you could. I've never seen that before. That's cool. Freaking chicken walkers going on there. A lot of different stuff. What is this? Battle Scars, Out of Action, Crusader, Crusade Army, some junk there. Crusade Mission Pack. I don't know what a Crusade is. My, so much stuff. There's a lot of content in this. There's a lot of gameplay in this I was not aware of. Designer's Commentary. The Rules Appendix. And some commentary on that. And then Blast Weapons. And it's in alphabetical order, which is kind of cool. This appendix is alphabetized list of weapons that gain the blast ability. If a weapon has more than one profile, then all the weapons profiles that make a random number of attacks gain the blast ability. Weapons that are relics are denoted with an asterisk. You can find details on blast ability on page 219. Okay. Rare rules. Lovely. Rules term glossary. So a quick little kind of, hey, here's what's up. Doesn't mention, okay, some of them does, like Battleforge CP bonus, says, hey, that's page 205, page 246. That's nice that it has the page stuff there. Really appreciate that. It helps, but then some like wounds. If wound is successful, the attack is said to wound, is all it says on wounds. So if you have another question around wounds, you're going to have to look maybe at what caused it or something like that, because this doesn't even tell you a page number or anything like that. Probably because wounds are listed on like a million pages. Some cool art at the end. It's just art. And a little black separator, and then this. And that is it. That is the fancy core rule set that you get. This is heavy. This is a lot. Let's look at some minis and round this video out. Oh my gosh, look, there's another piece here too. That's what I get for, like, my wife got like the last copy of this junk, so it's like nowhere in my state pretty much at this point. Okay. All right. I see, I'm thinking that's hopefully just stuff like that. That looks too long anyway, so. Actually, let's go and put this here. And I'm going to take these off the sprue. Obviously, I'll build them all eventually, and do some videos on that. But this one's just going to be me looking at the actual, trays that we get here. And yeah, no, this all looks really detailed. I really like the like layered detail that you get on here. So let me zoom in a little bit. We're looking at smaller pieces here. Yeah, so the detail here, as I was saying, is great. The belt buckle actually looks quite good. And I believe it's put on the right side, which is also nice. The key here looks nice. It actually has a hoop. The beads here look good. These backpacks I've seen like a million times. I think this is that cool black, colored, like armor set guy. And I really like the kind of dimples that we see everywhere on here. This, oh, it's even cooler on the other side. It's freaking sweet. This is a cool banner. So if you want me to be interested in Space Marines, this kind of junk certainly helps. This is like an entire skeleton, on a banner, because why the heck not? That's just really, really cool. And I like how his arms kind of outstretched. And again, it helps to kind of have this all pre-planned. It makes it look a little bit cleaner. Looks pretty similar to this though, actually. But it's not. As you can see, the push fit's a little different as well. This is also a cool weapon. I really dig the texture on here. My Grey Knights had something kind of similar, but they didn't have this cool top part here. And actually, just looking here, these again are super cool. I've never seen a backpack, I think, or a jetpack, or whatever the heck this power supply thing is. I think it is, with so many. Like, there's a ton here, and it looks nice. Like, it really fits. This giant freaking hourglass. I don't know what this. They have spaceships. Why do they have an hourglass? A giant one. I don't know. It must be some kind of holy relic of some kind. This blade, by the way, is so freaking cool. Do you hear that? Oh, the inlay there is awesome. I love how flat it is. It's actually a really good thickness too, by the looks of it. Yeah, so this is obviously all Space Marine stuff. Even their shields are freaking cool. Look at that. With the kind of the cross, and it's a pointed arrow with the skull inlays there. Super, super cool. I like that these plates are already on there. The Grey Knights, I had to add those, and they were like a little odd. This is like a huge freaking foot. Are Space Marines' feet really that big? Like just the whole leg seems huge there. Massive. The guns here are very detailed, which I really appreciate. A lot of times you get guns and they just look so plain, but look at the kind of the heat vents here. I think look awesome. The aim down sights here, the barrel. Like, there are so many little doodads and different little things on here that just make it look really nice. Like, there's separate parts and everything. I think it looks great. This is probably a flamer by the looks of it, or whatever they call their fire stuff. This is a neat thing. So this is just a skeleton hand. Is all this dude's carrying. It's like, again, some relic of some kind there. I guess they're really relic heavy. The wings here look great. The tiny little skull and tiny little rib cage, I think, look cool. Yeah, that's a cool tray. There's a lot to enjoy on there. I was hoping to see an actual person's face and not necessarily just a. Oh yeah, I guess this is a little bit of one of this guy. So right here you can kind of see a person's face, and yeah, and again the eyes are like very deep set. Actually, this is still a mask. I think that looks like a skull mask of some kind. That's what I'm thinking that is. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm gonna make sure I try and separate this. Let me just do Space Marines for now. I'll do Necrons at the end. I think. There we are. Okay, let's look at some motorcycles. Again, the tread here looks great. I like the tread. That's nice. And again, all the little, like, what does this do? I don't know. It doesn't really do anything, but it changes up the shape of everything, which I do appreciate. It just adds visual kind of, clarity to it. Do they have guns mounted on? I didn't realize they had guns mounted on there. That's totally a gun. The foot's actually attached to the exhaust, which is kind of cool. It makes it definitely fit. And this wheel is cut in half. I'm not sure why. That's actually kind of interesting, because none of the others are. And then these don't even have a wheel on it. Interesting. I don't know. Like, I understand pull direction and stuff like that for the most part, but at the end of the day, I also don't know exactly how this works. These are hollow, by the way, but they're actually, again, it's HIPS plastic, so it's really hard, but it's actually a pretty good thickness too. And there's definitely a lot of infill or inlay here that really makes it feel like it's not just some dinky thing. And over here, I think you have some of their the rest of them here, it looks like. So you got some power swords, and again, these cut off wheels. I don't even see the other half of them. Are they supposed to be like in mud or dirt or something? I don't know. Maybe I guess we'll see it later. That's interesting. Let's see, anything else to point out here? It looks like that's a I don't know. I think it's a handlebar there. I guess there's not really. You can see like their pants, which you don't normally, I think, see. That's kind of interesting. I guess it's because of the position they're in. Okay, well that's that. Ooh, looking on a small one here. Look at this. He's like almost all one piece. That's crazy. man, these are going to go quick, which I appreciate. Again, after just putting this guy together, takes a while. So, in fact, I found him to be pretty easy. It looks to me, so if I'm looking here, you see how nice that is? See, there's a little less definition on this one. It's a little kind of blurry, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if it has to do with, in fact, even like, you see the lines here, like the Tron kind of lines, and you see the line here, it's very smooth. And there's actually, you know what, I bet this is what caused it. There's a seam line right here, and a lot of times near the seam line, you lose a little bit of definition. That's definitely the case here, where it gets a little less smooth. I might have to touch that up. This shield, by the way, with the ribbons here, it's amazing what the ribbons do. I think that looks great. Love the outstretched arm with the gun there. I think that's a plasma gun. Looks cool. Oh, look, they even have like where you would just push that in there. That's cool that they have all that. Oh, this is freaking sweet. Oh, this is the Necron. Okay, well, I'll put this to the side to look at the Necron stuff. I was like, oh, wow, what's that? That's the cool Necrons. Okay, anything of note here? Not that I see, though it looks like, for the most part, most of these guys only have one leg, whereas that guy was able to have two. Not sure, again, why. I'm sure they have their reasons. I guarantee it wasn't just because they wanted more pieces. I doubt that's the case. From this push-fit kind of push that they're doing, I feel like they really want us to be as kind of low effort as possible while still keeping up the hobby, which I appreciate. This looks to be the exact same sprue, so you get two of those. It's probably just your main guys, and then another Necron thing, but we'll just look over here. This is, I think, the like main guy here, like, because he's definitely got a whole bunch of stuff here. It looks like a whole separate piece here, and this is interesting. So he gets a custom base, and I don't know if this is for the Necron or who, but there's definitely some custom love here, which I think this looks great, by the way, and I wish they would do this. Look at that. It actually fits onto the base here. Let me see how that works. Does it just literally push on? Let's find out. Because if so, that's freaking sweet. Not on that base anyway. They're too close together. See? So, not sure exactly what base he goes on, or if there is one, or I mean, I don't know. You tell me. Oh, wait. Oh, this is weird. It has like a separate like shape, and I wonder if that's just to make it really. Ah, look at that! Look at that! They need to do. I would buy a whole sprue of this stuff. At Games Workshop, if you would like my money, please sell me more of these. Oh my gosh, that's like really on there now. Okay, got it. That's cool. That's cool. I love this. I love basing, actually. I think basing's a lot of fun. It's a very crafty part of board games and miniatures in general, but this looks nice, so I really like that. And I guess, oh, look, so this whole freaking dude with another sand dial goes on here for the other, like, half of them. That's freaking amazing. So the whole shield has a dude on him. That's awesome. I love the spikes here, by the way. Okay, so moving on to the Necrons. We have, oh, and there's an actual face. You get to see a face. This is an interesting pose, that's for sure. I think this is one of the guys that holds a big sword or something like that. As you can see, like, again, a lot of inlaid detail here. I don't feel like Necrons were always this cool, but I'm finding them really cool right now. I love that this actually goes slightly into the rock. It both makes it seem sharp while not being sharp and helps secure it, which is really nice as well. So you get a little bit of, oh, they even have one of the little scarab guys. However, I feel like there are yeah. So are scarabs different? Or I don't know what they're called. Oh, it looks like they are different sizes because this guy's small and this guy's large. So I guess it looks like maybe a tiny one is definitely viable. So that's fine. This kind of power suit armor stuff looks cool. They definitely come in more pieces. So this is kind of an advanced guy here. You can see his face here. And again, it's attached where his arm is actually all one piece, but just barely attached. So probably be a little bit more careful on these guys. There's like a part of a spine attached to this one. yeah, these, I guess, yeah, would that go inside? I guess we'll see how those build. That'll be kind of interesting. So we go back to this guy. He has a full kind of thing going on here with this kind of weird style stuff. Huge freaking gun. I think they said it was a Gauss gun. Very cool kind of, you know, tubing and stuff like that, and still have that kind of inlaid stuff. And again, see, a unique pose because you added a little bit of 3D to it, so it doesn't have to stand on a flat base, and that allows you to get this kind of interesting pose that you wouldn't be able to really do too well without a lot of kit bashing, I would imagine. It's, you know, yeah, like putty work and stuff like that. The skull here that's like seared off is super cool, by the way. I like all of that. All right. Here we got a ton of guns. We got double barrel, and then it looks like longer, because this is 2 and this is 4, so twice as long single guns with a blade attached to it. And it looks like these aren't really blades. So these shorter, stubbier, but only ranged. My guess, these are longer range, but with a little bit of melee, which is kind of interesting. And it looks like they hold it with one hand, which is insane as well. Right here you can see even more rocks and stuff. I don't know if that's for the scarab things or what, but even more rocks, which I appreciate. This hanging tubing is a cool idea, I feel. I like the idea of the tubes kind of hanging to kind of, I mean, I guess they weren't necessary, right? Got the cool little spine thing, the scarab things. I don't know what they're called. I'm calling them scarab things. Looks super cool. I like that. The heads look, you know, actually fairly cool, I feel. Maybe it's slightly almost cartoony. But maybe it's just the mouth that's doing that for me. I'm not seeing anything else to really... What's up with this guy's face? Oh, he's like been shot. This dude's been reanimated a few times. Like he's like missing an eye, and he has like 2 huge holes in his head. I dig that. This guy, oh yeah, see? This guy's missing like part of his skull and another eye here. So you can get some pretty... This one's scarred here. Definitely, they're not all pristine like this. You can get some battle damage there too. That's cool. I like that. Okay, here we got some of those big guys. These guys are super cool, and I love the like green. I don't know if you can do other things than green. I don't know if you can do like blue or something like that. Like Space Marines, you get to pick the color a lot. I don't know how standardized Necrons are per se. I might have to look into that. Not because I like the green. It's just it might be nice to do something different too. Definitely, again, it's funny how sometimes these are like connected just barely. So it's like this little kind of post right here is the only thing really connecting his head to this arm. Otherwise, they're totally separate pieces. But they made it one piece, so I'm gonna have to be careful on some of this. Wow, I love the kind of wedge shape here. I just think that's a cool, with like the hydraulics by the looks of it. Oh, this is like the crab dude or whatever. And again, look at all the rocks and skulls that you get to put down there just from, you know, the base itself, which would be super neat as well. See, here's some more here and some more here, actually. And this is cool, too. I think this is actually crawling over, like, part of a building, which, again, is also super neat. The only thing you have to be careful about is I know, like... If there is no building there, that might look a little still in the battlefield. Looks like it's right here as well, perhaps. Right here. I don't know. I'll have to pinch that. And again, maybe once I actually play the darn game, I might have a better sense of how I feel about all of that. Well, all of these guys have both legs, whereas the Space Marines, most of them only had one. And again, there's some skinny parts here, but because of its hips plastic, it's nice and durable and hard, and I actually really appreciate that. I think it looks great. When cutting, I'm assuming this is part of it, so only cut there. That's something to keep in mind, I imagine, as well. We are on the last tray. I'll give some final thoughts, and we'll be done. Oh, this is a cool one, though. Look at that. Look at that thing. Man, that's going to be fun to paint. Not. Super cool, though. This looks like a face, right? There's his eyes and his big ol' mouth. which I guess that would be his tongue? I don't know. Maybe I should stop. This battle damage on here, again, looks cool. I like that, like, a lot of this does not look new. Some of this is very, very faint battle damage to where I don't know, after priming and painting, if this would really survive. See, there's some here as well. I'll definitely have to do some thin coats to try and do this. I do have some really nice thin primer I like. So I'm pretty confident in that. There's another kind of ball thing here. Speakers? I don't know what those are. Wow, a lot of pieces on this thing, but it's super cool. And again, this flowing stuff looks great. Here's some more building, by the way. And some more here. This might actually be some armor. The, like, bullet shot here looks freaking sweet. I like that a lot. And coming here, we have this, again, this awesome looking weapon. Again, stabbed in the ground. I think this is actually the exact same, perhaps. I don't know if this is any different. This obviously is. Very dangly. A lot of danglies. That's a cool, I think it's a face. It's a cool face. Cool weapon there as well. Definitely. Oh man, look, this is a different kind of gun too. It's kind of like that other one, but it doesn't have the little, like, it's a lot thinner of a barrel, and it has like this feed thing up here. It's like a paintball gun or something. I doubt that's what it is. I doubt he's shooting a paintball gun. Some really cool claws here, that actually get, actually fairly sharp here. And they're huge. Like, these are big. It looks like this was maybe supposed to have been attached at one point, but it's totally not. But it looks fine. Everything looks like it's in order. I don't see any real damage or anything. There was that one spot I noticed. I might notice more as I build them and all that. But to be honest, I think this came out great. So we have a pile of stuff, a ton of stuff. I am actually pretty impressed. For the price you get, getting all of this is an insane amount of Games Workshop Hips plastic. A lot of units here, as you can tell by all the bases, and a huge freaking rulebook. That being said, no dice and no measurement of any kind, so that'll be kind of interesting to play around with that and see what I do with that. But that's it for now, so thanks for watching. If you want to see more for this, I plan on getting the Necron Battle Force box whenever that becomes available and doesn't sell out within minutes. I plan on trying to snag one of those, and yeah, I'll keep going on this journey for Warhammer and see where it leads me. So if you want to see more, if you have any suggestions, again, comment those down below or subscribe to see all that, as well as board game and Kickstarter stuff as well, of course, and just miniature gaming goodness in general, because I'm all about these minis. All right, that's it for now. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.